So here's Planner. I'm using my demo system, which is on this Microsoft tenant. So I use it for lots of things. So you see lots of rubbish in there. But let's go and have a look at this welcome screen and kind of talk through that. I've obviously logged in already. So welcome, Ben Howard. And I've managed to mark a few plans, or one of my plans as a favorite plan. So this one always comes up. And then I've got a little overview, if you like, a card of a report saying, okay, out of all of those tasks in this plan called P2O marketing, I've got 5 which are not started, 1 which is in progress, 8 which are late, and 9 which are completed. And we get that little donut chart in there. And those charts are very, very kind of planner-like, and donut charts have become very on trend recently. I've then also got a whole host of other plans at the bottom here, which I've created and worked on as well. So those are recent plans, and we'll have all plans as well. Let's go and create a new plan just to take you through the Planner UI. Okay, so this plan name will be, do you know, I've got to mention it, haven't I? Okay, and I'll try not to give any, to any political overtones into here, but this is on my mind a lot. So I'm going to create a plan for Brexit, and this might be, what do I do in my organization to prepare for Brexit? Because now it might happen. Okay, so I've got this plan called Brexit. I could make it a favorite if I wanted to by clicking on there. It comes under there. And straight away, I'm presented with a blank canvas. This whole area is my blank canvas, and I've got some buckets. Okay, so the only bucket that I've got initially is to do, stuff I need to do, but I could go and add in some new buckets, okay, because I might want to begin to chop up my plans, if you like. I will need to prioritize tasks in the plan. So let's just think about to do. So the first one, let's just click on the add button and enter a task name. And I will, I'll check the uk.gov website for info, because believe it or not, there is some on there. Okay, now just pressing return adds that task in here. And you can see I've got this little white card. So that's for task. I've got a checkbox that I could say that it's completed, and I've got 3 dots which give me some more options. Okay, or if I just click on the task, then it opens up the task, the card properly. Okay, so the first thing I might do is assign it to a resource. Okay, so I've created this plan, and I'm logged in as Ben Howard. So at the moment, the only person that I can assign it to is Ben Howard. But of course, we could assign it to me. We could type in some other names and see other members of my organization. So we can see that I could assign this and co-assign it perhaps to Andrea as well. Okay, so now we've got 2 people kind of going and checking the gov.uk website. We could have some progress on here. So again, this isn't configurable, but I could say, well, actually it's in progress. This is the new field, whether the priority of this activity, whether I want it to be urgent, important, medium or low. If you're already using Planner plans and this field has come in, then everything will be set to medium for you, and then you need to go and reset that as necessary. So I'll say this is urgent. I could have a start date on here and a due date. I'll say this is due by the end of the week, Friday the 13th, and we'll start it today. I could type in a description, blah, 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 and I could add in a checklist item. So check the website. Might be one thing, if we could type. And
Hey,
then
Ben,
another thing would be,
Ben, I think your screen has
update
stalled.
the website. Shane.
Yeah, I think your screen is frozen. We're still looking at you putting in the date on Friday the 11th or Wednesday the 11th.
Fuck.
And you promised not
Did you
to
hear that?
mention Brexit. So yeah, we just have a still of your screen. It's just kind of frozen.
Ah, okay. Well, the
Oh, it's back. There we
it's
go.
back. Great.
It's back. Okay. Thanks,
So,
Glenn.
guys, here's a plug for. I'll let you know. My broadband connector in the UK provider is Virgin. I have fiber to my house. I am hardwired to my router. My router is hardwired, obviously, to fiber to the house. And yet we still have these issues. Okay, so I will carry on. So we can see some checklist items. We can add some attachments and we can type some comments in here. And then we can just, if we send this off, then people will get new tasks created. And you can see that I didn't need to send it. We've also got the opportunity to add some labels in. So if I thought this was to do with preparing, then I could add that label in and we can have different labels. Okay, so we've now got this card which has got some more information on it, etc. And in fact, of course, we can just see the labels as well as we do this sort of thing. We can go through. So we could create all of our tasks, which is good like this. I won't go and create them all because, of course, that would be quite dull in many respects for you guys, but you get the view of what we can do. Let's go and have a look at one that we've done before. I'll check out this P2O marketing tasks. Okay, so you can see that I've got many more tasks in here. I've got a few buckets to do, in progress, on hold, completed. Just dismiss those. If I wanted to go and add a new bucket, then we could do that. So quality control could be a bucket. And in order to move tasks into buckets, then we just go and drag them. So if I wanted to move Alfonso to plan the plan to quality control, then we could do that. Okay, so we've got great options of configuring our planner plan as to in order to categorize our tasks. Once something has been completed, this one, for example, then of course I can just go and grab it into the completed column there. And again, you can see those sorts of things. That task becomes completed, etc. So a great view in here. What else do we have in here? Well, we may just want to have some filtering. So if I've got 1,000 tasks, it can be difficult to see on this screen. So let's just go and have a look at all of the ones that are due this week. Okay, so I've got one, which is prep the sailing boat. Okay, or let's have a look at all of the ones that have a priority of urgent and due this week. So we might just go and be able to see the urgent ones, which again is this one here for Alfonso to plan the plan. And we can see the little urgent icon coming up here. I can group these in different ways. So at the moment, if we get rid of a filter, let's just clear the filter. Okay, and whilst we're on filter, then of course I can just type a keyword in here to filter all those activities that have that word in there. But we might want to group by who the activities are assigned to. So these ones we need to assign to people. These have been assigned to Ben, these to Andrea, these to Leo. We may want to group by progress. Okay, not started, in progress, completed, due date, labels, priority, etc. So let's have a look at all of the things in the marketing label, all the things for website label, scenarios label, etc., etc. So again, some great interactivity in terms of the user experience in here. And of course, if I wanted a new scenario or something, a task that's part of a scenarios piece, then we just enter here. Again, can't spell. And we just add that task, and lo and behold, there's the task that will come into that scenario area. Okay, that's it at the bottom. So that's kind of creating activities in Planner. Let's have a look at this next piece, charts. So charts is our kind of reporting piece. And these are the charts we get. So I could say, well, let's just have a look at Ben Howard. And I can see how many tasks Ben has got. He's got 1 in progress, he's got 2 which are late, and 4 which are not started. And so that's the chart that we really get. So limited reporting out of the box. We could have a look at this where it says schedule here, then this is just kind of, this is on a calendar view. So again, we can change the view, but literally this is what we've got in September. And then I've got a few other buttons here, or an ellipsis button, so I could go and have a look at a conversation, members, files, add things into here. Sites, open this in Microsoft Teams. So again, from here I can directly go into Microsoft Teams and create this plan. The other thing we could do is export the plan to, well, I can copy the plan. So if I've got a template plan, I can copy this plan and use it for other plans. I can add the plan to the Outlook calendar. So this just gives me a link, and I can then go and see my tasks in Outlook as well. But the bit I'm going to do is copy the plan or export the plan to Excel. And let me just say save as. And we will come into here. And I've got an area where I export my planner plans to, and you can see that it's under a folder called Power BI. So guess what I'm going to do with this? So let me just take P2O marketing tasks, click save into there. So we'll overwrite that existing plan. Okay, so that's kind of Planner. I want to talk about reporting in Planner. So let's just open up Power BI. So here's Power BI. For those of you who aren't familiar with Power BI, it's a tool that allows me to visualize things, okay? And it takes data from various places. The data that this Power BI file takes its data from, if you like, is those Excel spreadsheets. So if I go and click on refresh, it'll go and reread those Excel spreadsheets. And somewhere on here, we should see a different number of tasks on P2O marketing tasks. It should go from 15 to 16 as it reads that, because I think we created a new task in. Okay, so it's reading the Excel spreadsheets, which we've previously exported. Oh, tasks left 14, because I completed a task. Okay, and so we can see all of the tasks across all of the plans. But of course, if I just chose to have a look at the P2O marketing plan, then all of those visuals change to reflect that. Okay, so I've made this in a very similar way to the reporting that's available from Planner.